Welcome to 1994, the birth year of the two-door fun and exciting Toyota Rav4. It's the car that showed us how to add more fun into our lives and showed the world how fun and versatile SUVs can be. It was the party car to begin with, but shortly after took on a more family approach with the introduction of a 5-door model that seemed to be a hit with families. With a strong price point and clear direction, the Rav4 was taking Australians by storm and hitting all the right notes. We had action shots of what the Rav4 was capable of, a family of camels showing us all what features the car came equipped with, and giving us all a sense of fun and excitement about the car.
With 200 kilowatts, you better think faster.
People jumping in the air and cars entering a disco for no apparent reason, other than to say, hey, I am also hip and with it. And we've seen a number of models take the streets to represent the Rav4 range over the years. And now there's a new Rav4 in town. And here it is. This is the 2020 Toyota Rav4. And from the outside, it looks good. With all new exterior styling, rugged edges and cool lines, the Rav4 looks very, very appealing. The front has had a complete restyle and, has to be said, looks very sharp, ready to take on the urban gauntlet that is everyday family life. So the front of the Rav4 has had a complete and utter overhaul, as has the rear of the Rav4. Now you've got these actually really stylish rear lights, which I really like. The back of the Rav4 has a nice chrome-like strip that goes straight across the end as well. You've got beautiful tinted rear glass at the back of the car, and even in the passenger side windows at the back, it's privacy glass as well, which I quite like as a feature. Another feature that the Rav4 has is, as in many SUVs, is the automatic rear door, which I quite like. I don't mind that. The space in the boot is actually quite substantial. You have the rear protector that goes over any of the luggage as well, which is quite easy to use. Not a bad material, probably quite a durable material, which is good. Easy to take out, but the rear of the Rav4 is actually quite spacious as well, which is nice to see. The Rav4 sports a 2.5 litre 4-cylinder engine that has a surprising amount of punch considering the size of the car. That's partly due to the electric motor that runs off a battery, producing some very instant torque. The Rav4 is made for more than just city streets. While SUV trends lean towards more urban use, the Rav4 can still tackle the country and back roads with ease. Add that to the rugged good looks, upgraded black alloy wheels, and you've got a recipe for success. The car's come under a complete overhaul by Toyota, both externally and internally, and it couldn't have come at a better time. This car is basically the market leader in the mid-size SUV range for style and performance, and I have to say, it's quite impressive. This car is packed with a bundle of safety features.
Caution, approaching school zone.
There you go. The interior styling of this car has had basically a complete overhaul. It is very modern on the inside of this car, and it's very nicely appointed. The interior looks really cool for a Rav4. The styling boffins back at the Toyota factory have really hit the mark when it comes to the Rav4's modern looks. The interior is equipped with all the modern technology that you could need and want in an everyday SUV. The central screen is nice and big with easy to use functionality and visibility. But it doesn't stop there. The rest of the cabin has a nice, quality, modern feel, especially in the cruiser model. Very comfortable leather seats in typical Toyota style, and plenty of space for the entire family. Well-appointed features that the entire family will love: Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, which is always a big bonus in cars these days. Wireless phone charger right at your fingertips, so that if you have QI mode in your phone, then you can basically just pop your phone straight down on the pad and it'll start charging. That is very handy. In terms of fuel consumption, you actually get 4.8 litres per 100 kilometres for an SUV, mid-size. Hey, that is impressive. You have 3 different functions for engine mode in this car. You have eco mode, which is pretty much a combination of battery and engine, petrol engine. And that is the most economical mode that you can drive in. Then you've got normal mode. Then you have sport mode. I have actually used sport mode a number of times, and okay. I have actually used sport mode a number of times in this car, and the amount of torque that you actually get out of this engine for a 2.5 litre 4-cylinder is quite impressive. The instant power that the car gives you is not bad. So if you're worried about not having enough power versus the weight of the car, which I know in some of, say, the older SUVs or mid-size SUVs was an issue back in the day, then you don't really have that issue anymore. So, the RAV4 is everything we had hoped for in terms of looks, features and performance. But there is a problem. You see, when the RAV4 first came into our lives, it was known as the fun little 2- and 5-door SUV. It had a personality where it was almost the car who picked the driver, because it wanted to have a driver that knew how to have fun. We had camels driving cars and sticking their heads out of the sunroof, people running down the street screaming in shock about how many kilowatts the engine had. It's like we lost a big chunk of that RAV4 personality. Somewhere along the line, it all got a little bit too serious, and that's a shame. I can't help but wonder, where did that fun factor go?